Hey guys, Bill Jeppy here, Kimberly Vassal's Roving Beer Snob, coming to you today with a new Dogfish Head beer. This is their 61, and also the new Dogfish Head glass. So what I'm going to do now is get this new beer into a glass and let you know about both of them. Okay guys, we got this 61 into a glass here, and I want to give you a little bit of background about the beer. Again, 61 is kind of a play on Dogfish Head 60-minute IPA. From what I read, it's their 60-minute IPA recipe with actual Syrah grape must added to it. And what grape must is in the opening processes to winemaking, when you actually smash the grapes and get some of the sugars out and the unfiltered young wine, that's actually must, M-U-S-T. So what they've done is added some of that into the boil kettle and kind of transformed the beer from being an overly hoppy or balanced hoppiness, which is what 60-minute usually is, to a little bit more fruity character. And this is their second try at doing a kind of wine hybrid beer. They actually did a beer called Noble Rot last year where they used Viognier grapes, so it was more of a white wine, and this is their red wine offering. And then getting into the glass, I know I mentioned that this is Dogfish Head's new IPA glass that they released a couple weeks back. It is actually co-partnered with Spy-Glue glass makers who are big in the winemaking world. And you can see from the globe shape that it is sort of like a wine stem glass with some variation at the bottom, and it actually has some laser etching at the bottom to add some carbonation and some bubbles coming off the bottom. So it actually works well. I've been using it the last couple of weeks with a lot of pale ales and IPAs, and it's kind of been my go-to. So just a little bit about the glass and the beer. Let's get into it. So as you can see, just appearance-wise, this is a filtered beer like all Dogfish Head beers. I'll give them one thing, they really do a good job of that. Their regular 60-minute kind of pours out a coppery amber-like orange color. This is totally different. This is really taken a lot from that Syrah grape must. And it's transformed it almost into a pinky reddish hue, almost a ruby kind of color, not that deep, but in between pinkish and ruby. The head is remained bright white. Initially I had about a full finger of that. It's kind of dissipated, but carbonation seems to be really, really good. This is a really, really fresh beer. It hasn't even hit the open market yet. I actually picked this up down at their brew pub this weekend. It was bottled at the end of February, so it's extremely fresh, and you'll be seeing it in your markets pretty soon here. But getting in on the nose, now you still maintain some of that hop character that 60-minute IPA has. That has more of an earthy, balanced hop aroma. You get some pine notes, you get some mild fruit, but nowhere near like some of the West Coast IPAs that I've had on this show before. This is more earthy and piney and balanced. You get a little bit of that malt bill, a little bit of sweet biscuity malt, and then you get that grape, and you definitely get that fruity character from it. When I had this on tap last week, I got a lot more of the fruit character, and this seems like the glass is helping enunciate some of that that hop aroma that you were supposed to still get through the grape must. But you're getting both. You're pulling both out of it. It smells very, very pleasant. I'm going to dive right in. Cheers. It's very different. And that's what I had it over the weekend. And I thought the same thing. You still get a little bit of bitterness on the front of the palate, and it leads into the middle. But that grape tannic dryness, it comes in. You really do get kind of a mild pucker on the sides of your mouth, and the close is very dry. So IPAs predominantly are dry, and they're going to be dry, and this almost adds to the dryness. Finish is crisp and clean, but it's almost a strange blend of the earthy, piney hop and the fruit from the Syrah grape. If you're not into wine, Syrah, in my opinion, I think blends in between. So if you're going to go light red wine, it'd be kind of a Pinot Noir into a darker red wine like a big Cabernet. Syrah kind of blends in the lower end of the spectrum. So it's not the most robust grape to use, but it does add some really nice fruity character in general, and adds a little bit to this beer as well. It is kind of, it's hard to wrap my head completely around it. Yeah, I mean the normal 60-minute IPA, you get a really nice hop bitterness up front, and then it balances perfectly in the middle of the mouth. It is one of my favorite beers of theirs, and it is kind of their staple beer. That middle of the mouth fruitiness kind of like is not my favorite. But it's something to try. Everything Dogfish Head puts out is something different. They always try to bend the envelope a little bit, and they've done it again here. And I think that this might be a trend that other people might start to get into, because the worlds of winemaking and beer making are kind of colliding these days, which is great to see. If I'm going to give a rating to this one, again, I don't think it's my favorite beer from them. I'm probably going to put this in the mid to I want to say 80, 85, 86 on this guy. He's definitely not my favorite from them. If you want to shoot for the best IPAs that they offer, it's probably that 60-minute to 90-minute and their Burton Baton, which is their oak-aged, kind of an oak-aged 90-minute IPA. Definitely ones that I suggest you try out if you hadn't already. They've been out for a while. But this one's going to be on the shelf for the next few weeks and months, and you're going to be seeing more of it. So definitely pick it up and try it. It might be something for that wine lover that that doesn't like beer, and you want to introduce them to something different, and maybe they can find a niche in the beer market with some of these little collaborations. So I'm going to give this one an 85. An 85 for the Dogfish Head 61. If you see it, pick it up. It's definitely worth trying. It's something completely different from them. And if you want to get one of these glasses, they have them on the Dogfish Head website. So definitely check that out, and they'll ship it right to your door. So until the next beer review, cheers, drive safe, and with this upcoming St. Patrick's Day weekend, have a great weekend.